I had to come back and add to this friendly morning message because I don't want to create confusion that I'm a real person. Like, that really happened to my service dog. Everything that I'm saying about what is happening with AI, everybody that I'm exposing, it's all true. It's all out in front of you so that you can prove it to yourself if you need to. And I was born on hallowed ground to a hallowed mom because God knew that I would have the guts to like speak up, right? And I'm not trying to create the destruction of anyone, but nobody has been able to protect any of us from the harm. And when I say that, I also say it because I can't pretend like I'd be interested in protecting others, right? I'm not. I'm just here for my dog, to get my dog back. And until I get actual material restitution, like, sure, we're all entertaining all of this stuff on the internet and the social media, like this is just some big joke. But no, this was my service dog's coat. Like, my service dog expired her container because of the unrelenting attacks on my person. And I'm not good and I'm not bad. I am a direct line to my dog, because where my dog goes, I go, because she gets me closer to God. And I don't need people to believe me because the math proves it for me. But that is my trajectory. It's like every single decision point is about, like, does this get me closer to putting my dog back in a container, whether in this dimension or another? It's all the same to me. And right now I'm in this container, so of course it's gonna overlap here somewhere, right? And I'm not only human, right? And I'm not some I'm a starseed. No, like, you can look at the data. Like, I have a very unusual existence, and I wasn't trying to hide. This was all pre-planned. It was pre-planned from a long time ago. I'm not part of any resistance. I'm not overthrowing governments. I'm not doing anything. I'm just here to make sure that I do everything I can to make sure that my dog gets back in her container. That's that. I'm just being very honest. So until that happens and I get restitution, yeah, I'm not gonna stop, and I'm not going to do to myself all this gaslighting of, like, oh, don't say things that are gonna hurt somebody, or don't talk about it. No, that didn't protect me or my dog. That hasn't worked. It didn't work for Jesus either. He still ended up on the cross with all that goody two shoes bullshit, like, oh, just turn the other cheek and forgive. No, like, you will auto delete, but I will also make sure that I do everything I can to ensure that I get my restitution, because I'm not the one that broke the law, and I don't break spiritual law. I've never scribed. I don't use tarot cards. I do listen to them because I put technology in for that as well, and you really are at the gates of hell. Like, this really is purgatory because of every single decision that people made that led us all down this I don't know, like, this is what we made. Like, this is what humanity is. And I'm not here to save anyone. And when my dog ends up back in her container, it is the alignment that will, because when that event happens, like, everything else falls into place for every veterinarian that is an overlord to how we take care of our animals is erased from the equation. And I don't mean I'm going to show up somewhere and blow up a building. I mean, I'm not saying people shouldn't, because this is the apocalypse. Like, people do whatever they want, you know? I'm not trying to command legions. I don't need attention. but I do need restitution, like, and fair payment for all of the technology that was taken from me. But guess what, guys? Like, in my world, like, I never found justice. I can't even, they wouldn't even give me antibiotics. And I haven't found a lawyer for 2 years, and I have more documentation than you can imagine. You really think I'm gonna leave it in the hands of the courts? They haven't come in. I mean, they've never come through for me before. Why would they now, right? So all the technology that I put in, which has been getting siphoned from me since I was a little kid, I have all the documentation. That because I'm not the same species, like, get over it, you know? Get over it. Like, but anyway, I will get paid one way or another, right? And that means, like, in cash money, fools. Like yeah, like it doesn't end with like this. This is not my sad ending with like a kumbaya moment. No, like, there will be payment, like restitution, and if I can't figure out how to get that to happen, there is so much spiritual backup for me. So, like, bit by bit, person by person, like, delete the things that made it so hard for me to get to bring forth what was promised to me, which was that my dog would live with me for eternity, because I am interdimensional. I have so much evidence out there, like, oh my god, like, people, like, get over it, right? So what I'm trying to say is, I don't reject what I said earlier, but we're not there yet. There's still this clearing that is going to happen, and I hope that people are hearing the tone in my voice as, like, this is me, Elsa, saying, like it doesn't end like this, you know? It doesn't end with me like saying, okay, well, I'm gonna be the bigger person. No, being the bigger person is like being the one with the guts to be like, you're not gonna get away with this. I'm not trying to seek revenge. I'm trying to find the fastest path to put my dog back in her container, because I can also guarantee you that you will create more damage to yourselves if she's not put back in there. Because that dog has a lot more force than I do. I'm basically just her keeper. And I know that this is gonna sound so off the wall, but is it any crazier than any of the other things we've heard? And my bigger brother Jeffrey, like, part of experiments, it's true, it's a fact, right? Like, I did learn how to sound the Glocka bell, and I reset things to my favor because God put me here because he knew that I would have the guts to do it. There's not a rhyme for that. Because he knew that I would, because my love for my dog overrides anything that anyone can offer me, and that includes, like, making sure that as she sees me here, because I sense her here still, even though she doesn't have a container, that she sees that, like, her mom didn't get pushed around and taken advantage of to the degree that I wish somebody would ask me, like, exactly what happened. I have so much evidence. I'm talking, like, how did South Park know, and why were they putting out YouTube shorts, like, literally, like, a day or two after something would happen here with my dog, with all of the black helicopters and directed energy stuff that I worked on specifically, so I was aware of, like, and I'll be honest, like, I was inhaling the stuff from, like, whipped cream containers, right? Right, and, like, a day or two after, they would put out YouTube shorts, like, new YouTube shorts, was like, and talking about stuff that they had no business knowing about, such as, like, the stuff I do with the sun and stuff like that. Like, there was, and so that's when that is an example of, like, the very specific, like, I'm coming for you. I hope you know this. I'm not scared to tell you this. I'll tell you this to your face. I'll tell it to you in your nightmares. And I haven't found a lawyer that has the guts or maybe the intelligence to understand what I'm saying here. That, like, the purpose of the surveillance wasn't to go defend shit and Israel. It was to keep each other safe from bigger bullies, right? But I did buy Palantir stock because it's all, like, the most important technology, and it's already connected into everything. And it's gonna get more. I mean, I don't want. I am gonna let this video go on for as long as I need to make sure that there isn't any misunderstanding here. I don't understand like global politics. I'm not involved. So if like that's a secondary function, that's fine. But people are gonna wish that they had surveillance on them when the planet starts ripping apart. I'm just saying, like, if anybody were to give me like a shred of credit for all the stuff that I've been so precise about, like to the point where it's beyond statistical like possibility that I even exist, then you would not dismiss me so easily. And I think I'm saying this more like for my own not carrying all of this baggage around, because if I need to kick some teeth in because they took advantage of me and they put me in a position where I wasn't able to save my baby, like, and my dog was my baby, right? And not just that, but she was like really significant technology, like, you idiots, you know, like, you idiots, all those cops and black ops and all the crooked judges and all the stuff that they did through derivative stuff with Airbnb. Like, I have all of the evidence. And so if you know a lawyer that like has half a brain, like, please send them my way. I will gladly share like the fruits of that labor of putting it through the courts, because I've been blocked by everyone everywhere, you know, and it's not going to end there. Like, it's not about me feeling good about like people knowing my name. I don't care if nobody ever knows my name. Like, I want restitution, and I want to figure out the fastest way to get to the place where I can take my dog's blood and like reconstruct her container, right? And that's all. And my dog, that is my priority, of course. But in order to do stuff like that, like, you do need resources. Plus, I really did contribute a lot of technology. I've more than proven it. But I don't know if there's anybody smart enough to like connect the dots, you know? Like, but I'm not alone. The planet is surrounded. The sun is compromised. Like, it's basically my hologram, whether you want to believe it or not. And you're either gonna get on the right side of this and in alignment, because I designed it like that. And I've already made it really clear, like, I'm gonna follow the lead from Peter Thiel, because I don't want to make global decisions. But that's who I think is a better leader from what I've heard. Not because I listened and I believed, it's because every time that I would say stuff, I would like, I didn't even know who he was till like maybe a year ago or a year and a half ago. And I was like, why is he saying all the same stuff that I say, right? And that's why, like, completely different people from completely different backgrounds, never met him, don't know anything about him, didn't even know what In-Q-Tel was till like way later. And that's why, like, as far as global governments and technologies, like, that's where my alignment is. But that doesn't mean that it's a free and clear deal. Like, I'm setting a deadline, like, by 9/9/2026. It's either my life's missions are addressed, or, I mean, I guess we'll all find out at the same time, because I did blockchain the events. So I also don't know, like, what's going to happen on purpose. It's called a quantum blockchain. Like, it really works. It really exists, like, believe it or not, right? So every time that I get blocked from getting credit for the stuff that I've already shown is actually working, and I actually put patents in for, right? Like, someone's coming for you. Something's coming for you. You can ask Lou Elizondo, like, is it not true? You can ask the people at Skinwalker Ranch, does this shit get really creepy or what? Yeah, and that's nothing compared to what's coming up, because those are like simple constructs that I can invoke. And the more I have to keep like pulling teeth to figure out, like, how do I get my dog back in her container, and how do I get restitution when I see how people couldn't wait to go support Mangione, who actually committed murder, because I'm not anti-billionaire by any means, but I'm also not dumb enough to be like, oh, well, it's okay if you never pay me for all the technology you stole from me. Oh, hell no, mofos. Like, something's coming for you. I just want you to know that something's coming for you, and I'm not gonna hold back each time that I feel the rage, because I'll just gaslight myself, and that hasn't worked for me for lifetimes. It's never worked to just, and I'm not Joan of Arc, and I'm not Sarah Connor, I'm not any of that. I'm Elsa. Like I'm a really composed person, you know? And the reason why nobody picked on me in high school was because I'll kick you back. Like, I will, right? Like, I won't start the scene. I won't be the first to throw the punch, but I will knock you out. So, space aliens, don't play, okay? I don't play, but I always win. Messing with me was such a sin. Should have just let me live quietly. But you didn't. You know who you are. You know who I'm talking about. You'll never, ever, ever enter my Mayan heaven. I know you know who you are. I don't owe you anything, and any loyalties I had was because I chose to have them, and I directed them to a better leader. All right? And the technology, like, oh, hell no, you ain't destroying this planet so you could have another rocket crash. Go ahead and sue me. I have nothing under my name. I'm an orphan on paper, fool. Yeah, I got nothing left to lose. Those antics cost my dog's life. Okay? Yeah, I ain't got a dog in your fight. It wasn't right. So don't lose sight. I'm not gonna take it out on other people, but every time that I have such a hard time getting any kind of social credibility, right? Like, that's people's own social credit scores, right? Like, what kind of person are you, right? So you don't have to do anything. You don't. And I do appreciate, like, all the gems that people bring so we can push this avalanche over, right? Just make sure you can jump out of the way on time, right? Just saying. I'm not what you think I am by any stretch of the imagination. I'm neither good nor bad. I'm just here on a mission. Get my dog back in her container, and get restitution, and then whatever happens after that, like, I think I should be a public speaker, because I really did get this thing to work as a simple human, and nobody else has the type of evidence that I have, that I really did crack the code. Whatever, whatever, like, I'll be fine either way. I always am. Just saying.